Eric Lander began his career in genetics in hopes of returning to his previous career choice of neurobiology. This led him down the path of genetics. At first, he was concerned with how genetics can influence the manifestations of certain mental and physical disorders, but he became fascinated with the mysteries of the human genome. His scientific career took off when he co-founded the Whitehead Institute MIT Center for Genome Research. He became the first director of the newly founded Broad Institute of Harvard at MIT, a program focused on genomic medicine, but his later work would define his career as a biologist. His experience in genomics was necessary to the Human Genome Project, which successfully completed the mapping of the human genome in 2003. This was the deciding outcome of a 13-year project which sought to identify all 20 to 25,000 genes in the human DNA, determine the sequences of the chemical base pairs that make up DNA, and publish their findings to the international scientific community. His experiment involved the extensive process of gene sequencing. Individual chromosomes had to be broken into shorter pieces, which were then used as a template to create fragments. Gel electrophoresis is used to separate all 4 fragments, and the original sequences of A's, T's, C's, and G's are recorded. This process was continued until all genes were identified. There were many outcomes to the experiment. Lander and his team learned that the human genome consisted of 3,164.7 million nucleotide bases, and the average gene consists of 3,000 bases. He also learned that 99.9% of nucleotide bases are the same in all humans. This led to knowledge about how repeated sequences of junk DNA do not code for proteins, and that evolution has led to a decrease in the number of repeats in DNA. His experiment also led to more knowledge on the structure and function of chromosomes. He built upon the research of previous genetic findings by Edwin Southern and used similar methods to map genes. His work also impacted later projects like Venter's creation of artificial life. Lander's findings became an important cornerstone in the thriving U.S. biotechnology industry and its continued focus on biomedical research. This has also had an impact on the area of criminal forensics in the court system, genetically modified food sources, behavioral genetics, and cloning.